farmers poll showed that national is popular with farmers, but so is ag. Why should farmers go with national?
Well, I think they've got a government that loves them and backs them big time. When you think about all the red tape that we're getting rid of so that farmers can get on with farming and not filling in paperwork, when you see programs like Investment Boost being launched to encourage them to make more investments in their own businesses, their own farms, it's not a surprise as we walk around here that the National Party is incredibly well respected and appreciated for actually what they're doing. They've had years of being abused and devalued by the previous administration. I want the farmers to know they're deeply valued and deeply loved by this government.
When it comes to the rural economy, farmers that I've talked to, some of them say, like, yes, it's great, they get great payments for dairy and for meat and stuff, but there's still a lot of regulation that's really expensive. Is there anything you're going to do about that to try and reduce some of the costs?
Yeah, we've got an ongoing program there, but I'll let Todd touch on some of the things we've done and continuing to work on. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we campaigned on more than 24 changes around rules and regulations, most of which are underway now or being driven through. It is frustrating that many of the things the last government did pop up in legislation all over the place, but I've got a really clear, simple message to farmers. We back them, we're going to get the cost down, we trust them, and we want to focus on the outcome, much less the process, and this is a work in progress. But there's been a really good start. By the end of this term, everything we campaigned on will be delivered.
When you're both out there talking to farmers today, what are some of the concerns that you've heard from them in terms of the economy?
Look, I mean, many of them are commenting to us that they feel we've definitely turned the corner. I mean, and we've felt that over the last few months as Todd and I've travelled up and down the country. There are real regions like Southland, Otago, Canterbury, Hawke's Bay who are doing exceptionally well. It's not just our dairy and our sheep and beef farmers that are doing well, it's also horticulture and also even our fishers as well. So, I mean, what we're doing is sending a message very clearly is this is the backbone of the New Zealand economy. We are the best farmers in the world. We are the most carbon efficient farmers in the world. And as a result, we back our farmers to be able to continue to lower emissions, to grow production through science and technology. And I think farming's got a fantastic future.
Not every part of the sector's doing well. Wool farmers, they're still struggling. What are you going to do about the wool industry?
Yeah, look, I mean, wool prices have been the best they've been in 8 years, but I fully agree. You know, the challenge for the wool sector is it needs a lot more innovation, and you see it in other parts of primary industry. If you think about dairy, where we've got a lot of value-added product, there's been a high embracing of R&D and science and technology, and as a result, we sell premium products all around the world that no one else can produce, and therefore we get great prices for it. When we commoditise these sectors, that's not so great, and so what Todd and I have been challenging the wool sector on is, right, well, how more are we going to innovate? What more can we do to find more science, technology in this great, amazing product, and actually turn it into higher value products and services for New Zealanders?
What about the age-old debate about using wool carpets in Parliament and in government buildings?
Well, watch this space. We might have an announcement on that very shortly. But it's a fantastic product. It's an absolutely amazing product, and it's we've seen work, for example, out of Lincoln University when it's been turned into a micron talcum powder, essentially used potentially as a carrier for cosmetics and foundations, as well as for paint and pigmentation. Those are really interesting innovations that are out there, and so we just want to turn the volume up on that. That's why we've made some of our science sector changes as well to make sure our public research organisations are linked back to businesses and are going to get much more commercial. But that's some of the challenges that we would expect to turn that sector around.